so these are now cleaned up. I've got all the rings out of them. I'll take a look at all this stuff later, see if any of it is worth saving. But I am going to go ahead and put in these outer rings and the new stuff here, so you can see how that all goes. So I have already figured out which orientation these all go. There's a dot on the nub on the upper one of all these, just to make things a little bit faster here. You can put them in by hand, but I also am going to use this pipe over here to help. So yeah, I mean, this one actually was fairly loose. Sometimes they're kind of snug, so I just did that one by hand. But if they're snugger, or you just don't feel like it, you can use a PVC pipe like that. And if they're really snug, you can use a little rubber mallet and just tap it in. Okay, there we go, 3 of them, and it should just be flush like that on the top. And it doesn't matter which groove we choose, just choose a groove and go. So they're all going to go in that groove. Okay, there we go. The 2 sides are ready. So when it ships, all your internal gears are on this plastic white bolt, and it's just for keeping everything organized. So the easiest way probably to do this is just grab, so I'm not going to use this last piece because I'm going to go ahead and upgrade it to the AL3. If I was still using the AL2, I would just put that right on there. But I'm going to take these 3 little gears off, set this to the side. Gonna go ahead and put the 3 little gears on the shaft here. Alright, now there's, like I said, there's a spacer between all of these, so the spacer would go on here. And now I can go a little bit faster. I can take all of this like this here, and the spacers should stay in place, and just take that whole group and put it right on there. Just kind of make sure things, well, this gear came off. Come on. So make sure it all kind of lines up. There we go. Like that. Yeah. All right, and then I can take one side. It doesn't matter at this point which one is which, only when we put it back in the housing over there. So it usually helps to spin it just a little bit, and you'll see the top one spins the fastest, so just a little bit of a spin, and there we go. It's all the way in. It should be level with the thing here. If not, if your housing is so worn, there are shims available. They don't come in the kits, but it is possible to shim it. If it's a little bit under, the top, it's not that critical, but this is what it should look like. Okay, so now for the time being, and I don't know if you saw it when I put this together, but the top little spacer I went ahead and put in there. But for the time being, I'm just going to put the turbine off to the side. And I'm going to take these 2 off and set them right there. And take this one off. So there's the spacer that came out with this here. I'm going to take the 3 gears off again. Set that to the side. Put the 3 gears on this one. put the spacer on, and then put the gears in, and we should be able to put this whole thing in like this. There we go. And you see when I spin it, I'm barely spinning the thing, and that's going really fast. Basically, when this is put together, that turbine is going super fast. The brush itself at the axles here spins at about 600 to 700 RPM. I don't remember how much of a reduction it is, but this is probably going a couple thousand RPMs. So to put this back together, now I do need to look at the hex versus the square. And basically, if you remember that the square goes on the right, you should be all good. And so I'm going to just put them on the prospective sides. And now I got to figure out which way is up for this. And like I said, the bump should be at the top. That tells me it's going to spin this way and that this is going to go on the right side. I like putting my left side in first. That's just me. It doesn't matter which one. And basically I'm just going to hand tighten it in there for now. I'm going to snug it up when I'm done. The easiest way is just to put in the side, then take your turbine, remembering to orient it so that the paddle catches the water coming from this nozzle here, and slip it in, and you can see if I spin that, the axle spins. Alright, then holding it fairly level, you just go ahead and put this in like this, start screwing it in. When it gets close, you're gonna have to, you know, kind of like spin that a little bit to line up the turbine. I didn't feel like it was going in right. Okay. So it was a little tough because the gears are nice and new and tight, but you see that both sides turn when I turn this side, or that side, either one. So now I'm going to go ahead and snug it up. Probably the easiest way is to just if I put that. Alright, and once things are snug, now we take our C-clips, and usually it's good to kind of get the top in, and once you get it close, you can take a screwdriver or something and kind of push it, make sure it goes into the groove, which actually I think it went into the groove without me doing anything. Yeah, it looks like it. All right, and that just basically locks it in so the threaded body doesn't come apart. So now I'm going to do the other one here. Don't do that.